What is your thoughts on Lopetegui or Lopetegu? You know what I mean?
Lopetegui. Lopetegui. I think he's a very good manager. Obviously, he's not. Other than at Sevilla, I don't think he's properly brought across what he wants to do. Like he had actual proper time to play there, and he obviously he brought back. I think it's two European trophies. Am I right? You won the
Yeah.
Europa League twice. Yeah, I think it was back to back as well. Obviously, he's a manager who can win things. He didn't do too well at like Real Madrid and Spain, but then again, like some managers, like
Then
we saw with
again,
Moyes, they need time to work. They need to
then
actually
again, he didn't. He
play
didn't.
consistently.
When he was at Spain as well, he didn't lose a game.
Really,
I'm pretty sure. Yeah, I'm pretty sure. But yeah, I'm excited. He's
yeah,
gonna be such a what's it called? Way better than Moyes would have done if he stayed another year.
yeah. I mean, with like obviously everyone's so much more excited for the season. We've always wanted to see a manager who can play actual good football. We don't just want to be sat back in a low block and just hoping that we can counter attack any team. Because
Yeah,
like a lot of the time with us, we always. I don't know about you, but well, this is a fact. We played always better against the bigger teams, like because they were the
yeah.
ones who would try and push us back, and then we could counter attack them. But the issue is when we played against the shit teams who also sat back, we were just clueless because we couldn't build the ball up. Like once we got the ball up the pitch, as soon as the counter attack was gone, we'd just be passing backwards constantly. Like you just see it go up the wing to like Fornals, and then he just pass it back to Emerson, back across the box to Bowen. Then he'd just pass it back to like fucking Suchek. It'd be like, oh, it was just painful football to watch. I'd want us to actually try and break
Then
teams down and be able
then
to pass the ball about. But
yeah.
yeah,
And then when we were doing well against like the big six clubs, say like a Chelsea or Arsenal, say we were winning like 2-1 or something, 70th minute, Moyes won't put any he won't change anything, and we always sat there knowing we're gonna like
yeah,
lose. We're literally gonna lose.
yeah. It's like he's just scared that because we're winning, if he touches something, he'll fuck it up. So he'd just not do anything. And not only did he like with the subs, that wasn't the only thing. You also have to think back to the windows before then, and like think we'd identify an issue and we'd say, oh, we need a striker, oh, we need this or that,
Yeah.
and then he'd be like, no, and he'd either not sign one or sign a Danny Ings, and it was just so painful because we every single fan could see what's going to happen, and then in a few months they'd bitch about it and
We all
say, well, we should have invested better. Yeah, but that was your job. Just actually do it.
we all
It's so
saw
fucking hard.
we all could watch and see where the areas we needed were, and we were all thought, how is Moyes not thinking the same?
Yeah,
But that's what I'm excited for. I'm excited to see these subs actually happen, like 40th minute, 50th, like early subs. I'm excited about it, even if they're
yeah,
all like say. I think he might do like from his other games. He sometimes does sub on more than one person, which Moyes
yeah,
didn't really do. So that's what I'm excited for as well.
yeah. And I mean, in the Premier League, I think is it five subs in three
I think it's
windows,
5.
and
It's
right,
mad that
it's
we don't
four win.
know
Yeah, five
because
subs. It's four windows. One of them being half time. So that doesn't
yeah,
obviously you can three interval subs and 5 players, and now we have players like Guilherme. I guess now Antonio. I guess Cornet if you want to fucking count that. Somerville if he's not starting. We have so
by the
many
way,
different attacking options.
Antonio is going to be a cracking sub.
Yeah,
For when Bowen's
definitely.
tired or whatever, stick him on that right wing. He'll give you all the pace in like
Yeah,
the last 20, 30 minutes you put him on. Quality. That's what
yeah.
Moyes should have been doing, but I think we
Yeah,
should stop going on
yeah,
about. I think we should stop going on about Moyes now.
yeah.
I think
It's just fucking. Oh, my heart.
I know
Just
he ruined
a
he
piece of
ruined so
me.
much.
Yeah, and
The thing is,
like you
the
said.
fact that we don't even the fact we don't even know how many subs were allowed shows that he messed
Uh,
up.
yeah, like because I don't know any games where we'd be like we'd run out of subs. Like it's just it's just it's just painful because even though
Yeah,
I need to just stop talking like that, but we didn't even
yeah.
have the subs to be on even if we wanted to. But onwards and
Okay.
upwards, Lopetegui it's going to be different. We've
We're
got
winning
Stockton,
everything. We're winning
and then the striker.
everything.
Yes,
Yeah.
exactly. With the signings we've made, I mean, like everyone, a lot of fans from other teams will tell me like that this is like just stupid. But I genuinely think like a top four push is on this season. I mean,
What?
I'm not saying by any means that'll be easy, but I just could see it.
I
So
think the same. But let's go about summer signings. What are your thoughts? Do
yeah,
you think it's too late? Are you happy with it? Who's your favorite signing?
all right. Should we go from player to player? So obviously
Yeah.
starting with the first one with Gilherme, Luis Gilherme.
Gil Hime.
Uh, Obviously, with him, we just thought that was going to be because obviously, as a West Ham fan, we just expected that to be it for wingers. We were like, "Fuck it, we'll just have him." I mean, obviously, he's a really good player with a high roof. He's got a future. He's done it in Brazil. He's only 18 years old, but obviously, that's not. He's not going to be this season. He's not. There was no like. I never really thought that he was just going to walk into the starting 11. If you know what I mean. But
Yeah.
what that showed, that was a perfect signing for Lopetegui to bring in first, because that showed that we're not just going to sign players that are just going to do the job now, if you know what I mean. Like that showed a project. Because we're signing a player that young, he's not going to just walk into the first team and like start. That showed that Lopetegui has sort of he's prepared for the future. He wants to be here and he wants to see it because you wouldn't sign a player like that to not use him, and he's not someone who's going to be like really starting week in, week out for the first two seasons. So it probably shows a project, which is what Steiden's been talking to us about and what he's convincing all these players to join that they'll be a part of. So yeah, he was definitely
Yeah,
a
I
very
like
good
as
signing.
well. I thought the same. I thought he's not going to start. I thought he was always going to be like a sub, but now it looks like he's going to be more of like the third choice for wing. But
Yeah,
the fact that also he got played as a sub in some of the friendlies, but I feel like that shows that he is going to still get some game time in the first team, which is actually
yeah,
good. But either way, he'll be good because either we keep him and he's our next Neymar that we should have got years
yeah,
ago, or we'll sell him and it'll be even more than we actually brought him for. So it's a win-win.
yeah,
He'll be sick though. West Ham legend inbound.
yeah, exactly. And oh, what was it? Oh yeah, think about it. Like we're doing that. Like the English competition, the FA Cup, Carabao Cup, just throw him on the wing, see what he can do,
Yeah.
get his
Plus,
ego up.
we get
Yeah,
Conference
and
League or
obviously
Europa League next season.
bench player.
He can be great in the. Say
Yeah,
we get Conference League or Europa League next season. He can be a great player to put in those early games. Get
yeah.
some
Have you
game
seen the
time.
new format for it as well? Do you see how it works
No,
with
oh,
Champions League and stuff now?
can't
Because
remember it, but I did
I
see
know
it.
it. I know it because of FM. But basically, I think there's no group. It's like one big group, and I think I don't know how many games you play, but before you know, you'd play against each team, home and away. It'd be 6 games in the group. Now I think it's like 12. So you're constant. It's like you're playing games constantly. There's so many more games, so there'll be so many more opportunities for him to prove himself. It means it's easier to qualify as well, but it's also there's way more games. So now we'll need to have pretty much two squads when we do get into that. And obviously, if he
That's what
still
I
hasn't made
love.
first team by the second season, which is not an expectation, but if he does, well, if he doesn't, then those are big games for him. So
That's
yeah,
what I love as well. We're set for next season when we get those European football matches. We say when we
yeah,
get our youth players back as well, our academy players. We've basically got 3 teams that we can fully
yeah,
rotate.
yeah.
Maybe that's a push. Maybe we'll max 2.
No, I actually think I think 2 teams would be what we need, like at least for like the way that the format is, and I think that is what we're aiming towards. I mean, if you think about loan players, no, all our youth players that have come through that we're sending out on loan, like we've just sent out Murphy to Bristol. Obviously Marshall's gone on assist already. I don't know what's going to happen with Potts, but obviously I think he could definitely be a bench player even this season. He's someone for the future. We've got what's his name?
We
The
got
guy who's
that
going to go to
Swire
Villa.
guy. What's his name? We've got
Sawyer.
quite a lot of
Yeah,
good
something like
academy.
that.
Yeah,
Who's the guy who's going to go to
there's
Villa
quite a
for the
lot.
Durandal? I forgot his name. Just centre mid.
Can't remember. We got Skulls for when Creswell goes. Ollie
Yeah,
Skulls.
yeah. My dad always survived.
Kadu. I didn't really know much about him before this the last few matches. He was playing right back, but he's a striker.
Yeah. Oh, Kadua, Gideon
Yeah,
Kadua, and
Kadu.
yeah, I saw him in the youth cup. He's a very good player, I think. But I don't know why he's playing right back because he's not a
Marshall.
right back. He's a winger.
Yeah,
Yeah, and Orford, that's it. Orford's the player. He's got a lot of
yeah.
potential. He's one of those who could go on to be like a top Premier League player, but I'll have to wait and see. He
We'll
needs to
see.
learn.
Yeah, but I'm well happy about him, man. I'm well happy about it. I think
Yeah,
as well. I can't remember in my lifetime the last time we've actually had this much squad depth.
yeah, like yeah, we just haven't. That's it. Just
Every position actually has two players that could play in that position that are first team worthy, in my opinion.
yeah, it's just good to see. It's something I'm not used to. It's
Yeah.
like
Who is your
I'm in
favorite?
denial.
Who is your favorite signing?
Definitely Tadibo. I mean, as it went along, like that, I kept changing. Like I thought Guilherme was really good, and then Somerville, and then what's it as well? I'm forgetting our signings. We've done too many. But
I think
like, yeah,
minus.
and then
You
it
think he's going
gone
to start
for who?
for Debo
Yeah,
this
definitely.
game?
You,
Yeah.
Kilman and Tadibo, them two, I think they will be the starters. I really like Agad, but I think he wants to leave. He would have, for me, I would have preferred Agad and Tadibo, but I don't think that's going to happen.
I think I would
So
too, because from what I've seen of Kilman, I didn't watch much of him at Wolves, but from what I've seen so far, I know it's friendlies in that, but I don't think he looks
yeah,
that amazing. But we'll have to see.
yeah. I think he is a good player. I just don't know if he's better than Agad. But then
Yeah.
again, if his hands are tied, Agad, he looks a bit like Agad in a lot of ways as well, like passing.
To be
I
fair,
think
again
Agad's
made a
better
brutal
at it though.
mistake.
That's the one thing I was kind of.
Again,
He
last
did it
friendly did
twice as
actually
well.
cost us a goal. Yeah,
Yeah, I
that's
think
the
it was
only
both
thing.
the friendlies actually. Remember when I think we were playing Palace and Edward tapped it around Kilman and scored. Like, that was
Yeah,
very embarrassing.
that was bad.
But
That
I
was
think it was
bad.
again. Oh, again, it was again tried to clear it and it got blocked.
But
But
if again
yeah,
stays, that at
I think
least
it's
at
kind
least
of
that's
easy
still a
to
good.
sort of answer that play like that.
If again and Mavropanos stay there, there's some good rotational centre backs we can actually have because I think Mavropanos is good.
Yeah, definitely. I don't think he's a star though. But
Yeah, my favorite signings I think is Somerville and Wan-Bissaka. I think they're my favorites.
yeah, I
Fulkrug's
love
going to be
Wan.
good, but I think like because we know Fulkrug, he's probably going to be 1 or 2 season cult hero kind of thing, maybe 3 seasons.
Yeah,
But with Somerville and Wan-Bissaka, I feel like they're like you know what I mean. If they stay at this club, it's just going to cook.
yeah,
But yeah, should we talk
and
about the other
Tadibo as
signings?
well.
Yeah,
Yeah. Well, we've spoken about Kilman.
Wes Foddering,
Yeah,
Kilman.
I mean, no, we'll just do West quick. It's
Okay,
League One Wes, isn't it? That's what they call him. But I mean, yeah, it's just alright. It's just a free transfer, isn't it? I
yeah,
mean,
I don't hate
he's
it. I
English,
don't
so it
I don't
brings up the
love it.
finger. What?
I don't really have a
Yeah,
point of view on it really.
I don't like. I mean, I still just think Fabianski is on the bench. I mean, he can take the bench after Fabianski's gone for a season or two. Like, that's pretty much all there is to say. I mean, I don't really want to be playing ever if it's up to me. Because I don't think he's
Yeah,
bad, but I also just think Fabianski and Areola are both better. So, I mean, fair enough.
yeah.
You got anything else to say on that?
Same as me. Nah, I literally
Yeah,
think the same. Like he's just there to fill that third spot, isn't he? A bit like
yeah.
Randolph. Hope.
Good old Randolph. He was good once upon a
Anyway,
time.
yeah. What's about
Yeah.
that? What about Kilman?
Yeah. Uh, Kilman. I mean, we definitely overpaid for him. But then again, if you think about it, with Lopetegui, the player that Lopetegui wanted when he joined, there was two. There was him, and there was also the Unnecessary, or whatever you name it. I'm happy we didn't sign Unnecessary
Yeah,
because I mean, I can't be asked to keep hearing his fucking name. Been hearing it for fucking years now, every single season.
yeah.
Unnecessary, but
And his wages were ridiculous. I think he wanted like 200k a week.
yeah, I think it's Saudi that does that because obviously all these players know they can just go to Saudi and get all that money, or they can stay in England, get half of it, get better football. That's what it is. I
Yeah,
mean, I'm happy we got Kilman
I
because
think I
Lopetegui
think
sort
Kilman will
of
be. I think I think Kilman will literally be like just average in my opinion. I don't think he'll like shine or anything. Yeah, is that a Futura card?
I found it on the floor as a Paqueta
That's the Paqueta
fucking
one.
yeah. I
No,
don't. It
that's a
was literally just a
Futura.
number
That's a
outside the library.
Futura.
What does that mean?
Bro, that's a Futura. That's a Futura. Basically, it's not like tops. It's like these collectors ones. Yeah. So
It
there's
says
one of
top.
every player. That's actually sick. I can't believe you found that. What is the chance of that? But
It was
there's
just
like
on the
some.
floor.
You can get like boxes of them. They're like 200 quid. Yeah, they'll get you like 10 cards, and one will have like a signed from a player, or it will have like a player's T-shirt in the like a part of their
Yeah.
T-shirt that they play the game in. It's actually sick.
I mean, it's not quite signed, but I'll fucking take it.
What about
Yeah,
who was after
found the
Kilman?
one. Wasn't it? I'm pretty sure there was a big
Fulkrug?
gap after Kilman went there. No, I think no, it was
Yeah,
Hammerville was first, then it was Fulcrum.
yeah. Somerville.
Uh,
We all know he's going to be good.
yeah, I mean, for the season on the championship. Last time we signed one of them, it was Bowen. So just think of it
Yeah,
like
and
that. I
everyone.
mean,
I know all Leeds fans were so angry, like not angry, but just annoyed because he was their best player.
yeah, and also the fact that we had to hide the price tag. I mean, we know what it was from insider information, but they were asked to hide the price tag. That's not for us. That's because Leeds they've had their pants pulled down and they don't want everyone to like know. So
Yeah,
obviously, yeah,
it's really. I think he's really
we're good.
maybe. It's like say we spent the Kilman the 40 mil on Somerville. That would have been more like accepted than how much we spent for Kilman, if you know what I mean. Like Somerville,
Yeah,
the quality he is, he could go for
yeah,
like 40, 35. But
yeah. That's
it's good.
literally
It's
what I was
good. It's good
thinking
we got
too.
him.
I was
Yeah,
thinking, look, we overpaid on Kilman, but I think we underpaid on Somerville, so fucking evens
works
out, doesn't it?
out. Yeah,
Yeah, and
Fulkrug.
like full Krug, I'm happy we signed him. I thought I wanted John Duran, but with like, although I love the Hammers thing, that just shows that he's got a shit attitude. Like, if
Yeah,
he was just thinking, oh yeah, fuck it, Hammers, I'm coming. Like, he thinks he's just like that. For me, that says that he thinks he's bigger than us. He thinks he can just fool us by just putting Hammers up online and think, oh yeah, they'll sign him. And now his agents are crying to us, trying to say, oh please sign him. He's fucked because he's just going to
would you
be sat
take
at
him?
Villa's reserve now. I
Would you
mean,
take him?
would I have taken him? Yes, but like he's like we're always just going to be a stepping stone in his eyes. So I mean,
Yeah, I feel
and
like
I want
he would. He
players to
would
be
be
playing for West
good.
Ham for the badge. I don't want people coming here thinking, "Oh, I'll just jump
He
ship."
wants to get a higher move. Yeah, I think if he came,
Yeah,
he would literally be like that. I think his mindset would be
oh, you
he'll
can't.
impress everybody, then go after like this season or next season.
Yeah, and don't get me wrong. I don't mind that kind of mindset. Like it's okay. Like we're West Ham. Like we're not the biggest club in the
Yeah,
world. We're massive, but we're not like Real Madrid. I don't mind players thinking, oh, I can play for West Ham for 2 seasons, do really well, and then go to a different club as long as it benefits us in the process and we get the transfer. That's okay. But if you're coming here with that mindset that you're going to do that and you're showing everyone that that is like who you are, like by doing it to the club before, like what are we going to think? Like even though he looked like the Skamaka Antonio love child. I mean, it's just
I
I don't
agree.
know.
I
I'm
agree. I
happy
feel
with the
like
full
I
club.
feel like I feel like that's probably what Kudus did, where he thought West Ham, I can get a bigger move. I don't think he might think that anymore. But with Durant, I think because of how we're rebuilding this whole squad, we need everybody to be like, this is now your team. If you get what I mean. But yeah,
Yeah,
I'd still take him. I'd still take him. I think it'd be
yeah,
sick, like either with Fulkrug or rotation. But yeah,
yeah. I think it would need to be incentivized if we do take him. Like maybe a loan. I'll take him on a loan. I don't think we should sign him
yeah.
permanently now though, because Villa were also trying to fuck us over, trying to like their
We
backup
offered them
striker is
40
basically
mil.
40 now. Yeah, I think they should have fucking grabbed that and ran.
Literally, he's not
But,
going to get any game
but
time. It's just all going to be
no.
Watkins. Actually, I think they have
Yeah,
UCL, don't they?
I think they do. Yeah, so he probably would get
Yeah,
a bit of game time in the group
yeah.
stage.
Okay. Do you think Fulkrug is going to
Um,
score a lot of goals?
I definitely hope so. I think he has it in him too. It's one of those
Yeah,
things about West Ham strikers. They need to properly get their ego going, if you know what I mean. Like,
yeah.
but I mean, he's done it
My dad
fair at the
really,
top level. So
my
yeah, go
dad
on.
really wanted Fulkrug. When we were watching the Euros, he's like, "Oh, we need to get Fulkrug." But I feel like we'll have to see. Like, we know he's going to score, but we just don't know like how much really. Like, I think he's going to be good. I still just, we just need to see. I feel like once we see this first game against Aston Villa with the team that he puts out, I think then we'll get an idea of like when the time, like the date will come when we'll start cooking properly. But if he just say we win and he puts on all the new players, then I feel like Fulkrug could get top goal scorer of the Prem, Golden Boot. But we'll have to see. We'll have to see. Either way, good signing. Probably best striker we've signed in
Yeah,
since I don't even know.
Antonio.
Yeah, and he was
But
alright back.
yeah, fucking hell, yeah. Back in the
Okay,
Bilic
what about
days.
Rodriguez?
He was good
I
there,
think
though, to be fair.
Rodriguez is class. I
Uh,
think from what I've seen,
yeah,
he's sick.
I think he's a good statement signing for the style of football we want to play as well as like Soler if that happens. But we won't talk about that because that's future. But obviously, with the new system, we want to be playing more possession based because that is what Lopetegui does, and that's what we want. We want to be like dominating teams in terms of possession because like last season, that fucking thing, it'd be like, fucking, hell, we just beat them with 20% possession. How have we done that? And it'd be like every single time, it would just be us sat back. Okay, that's my voice, but fucking like, you know what I mean? That kind of player, he's like, people are already saying he's like got elements of Busquets to his game in terms of like, he's the kind of player that's really like sensible on the ball. And next to someone like Alvarez in a double pivot, I think that would be like proper defensive because with Lopetegui's system as well, he likes to have those really good passing players in the centre and he likes to have like his wing backs like Emerson and Wan-Bissaka in our case. They will be the ones bombing forward and the midfield will be holding and possession.
Yo, yo, you sounded like like an alien for like a second. I think the internet just
What's going on?
I think the internet cut out. But yeah, I agree. He's gonna be
Yeah.
he'll be a perfect. Do you think he's better than Alvarez?
Uh, no. Keeps calling. Hold on.
It's alright.
It's a message. Let's turn off my camera for a sec, but keep going.
Um, I think I think Alvarez is slightly better than him, but I do think there isn't much difference in like if you switch them, if you know what I mean. I think I think Rodriguez could start over him some games, and I'll be down for it because from what I've seen him in the friendlies, he looks good. When he came out and James Ward-Prowse went in, or was it? Yeah, James Ward-Prowse came in as a sub for him. It just all fell apart in the last friendly. So yeah,
Yeah. I mean, yeah,
who's
definitely
next?
we could be
Who's
moving on
next? Have you
from.
signed?
Uh, it was Somerville, Fulkrug, then Tadibo.
Tadivo. Oh, yeah. Okay. You know way more about Tadivo than me.
Okay, so I think I can turn my camera back on now. All right. So with Tadibo, obviously he's a player that I've heard of for years. Like he's one of the players that you'd expect a Man United, Man City, Real Madrid, PSG, them kind of teams to be going for. He's one of those players that's done it really well. I don't have the stat on me right now, but I saw last season in France they had, I think it was the least goals conceded, and I think he was playing next to Dante, the old that old Brazilian centre back.
Brazilian.
I remember him from
No
FIFA.
way.
Yeah,
From
the
FIFA. That's literally how I know him.
yeah, yeah. Just a really fucking tall tree looking guy. But yeah, they were really good together, and he's got so much to his game. He's really quick. He makes really good challenges. He can play anywhere in the back, like across the three, like central centre back, left centre back, right centre back. Um, and his passing as well. I've seen so many clips of him. Like he's on the right hand side of the defence and he curls a ball in to the right winger to put them through on goal. So a player like Bowen, Kudus, Guilherme, they'll really benefit from that as well. Just the passing range, the tackling, having two really good possession based centre backs is always going to play your system because we need to be building the ball up, and they won't because they're quick as well. They won't have the support of Aaron Wan-Bissaka and Emerson always because they'll be the ones bombing forward. So it's really good to be able to do that. And obviously he can drift into like right centre back as well because he's right sided. Have like Alvarez drop in between them and create a back three when they need to because Alvarez can do that. So yeah, that's
Yeah. I
perfect.
think I think he's exactly what we needed. He's literally got.
Yeah,
He's like. I think also what I like is his physicality. From what I've
yeah,
seen, he doesn't take any messing, and he's fast. Like that mix of being like fast. What's it called? Um, Physical and also like fast turning and all
yeah. I
that.
know
It's
what you mean.
literally.
I don't know what to
Yeah, you
call it.
know.
Like,
I'm trying to. What's the word for it?
it's fucking.
I
I
don't
don't know.
know. You know what I
It's
mean?
a
Though
lot
he's.
like Saliba though. That's
Yeah.
what I'd say. It's that kind
Yeah.
of
Yeah.
player. That's
I'm
who
excited. I'm
I would
excited to see him
agree.
in his battles against the top players in the league.
Yeah, him and Kilman hopefully or Agad. Them two will be bossing it.
Yeah. Anyway, last
Yeah,
one for now because it sounds like we might get either Chalobah or Duran or Fafana or Soler. But for
yeah.
now, Wan-Bissaka,
By
perfect
the
right
way,
back.
yeah. Oh my god. I mean, I've wanted him for so long because just
Same.
defensively, he's one of those players. Like for years as a West Ham fan, I always used to watch us and see like we'd verse. This is the main example: Crystal Palace, and they'd always have Zaha on the left, and we'd always be like, "Fuck, he's gonna cook Sufal," or "Fuck,
Yeah.
he's gonna cook Fredericks," or whatever. And with our ways of like preventing that, and actually, I wasn't going to mention Zabaleta. Fucking good in his day, but slow for us because he's like mid
Yeah.
30s. But with that, we'd always think shit, and the answer was either just pray to fuck that he doesn't get the ball, or double up and put two right backs there. Now with Wan-Bissaka, we're at a stage where we can be like, we can just be chill because it doesn't matter what winger they have on that side because we know that Wan-Bissaka could just pocket them because just a
That's what also, by the way, I love. If we lose the ball, he's going to get it back for us.
yeah, both him and
Usually, if we
Tadibo.
lost the ball, it was kind of over. They were going to get a
Yeah,
shot somehow. Now, the possession we're going for possession, and also when we actually lose the ball to them somehow, we're gonna get it back with these players that we've got. The Tadibos,
yeah,
Wan-Bissakas, the Rodriguezes. They're all gonna win us that ball back. Fulkrug, I didn't say before. We actually now have someone that can hold up the ball like while we can move up the pitch. Before Antonio, I love Antonio, yeah, but he couldn't hold up the
yeah,
ball at all. He couldn't hold up the ball at all. Even Ings for some reason. Actually, I think Ings did it a few times. But yeah, it's going to be great now that we actually have some kind of stability instead of just booting the ball up the pitch, hoping that someone runs up to it, and then we're all at opposition. But anyway, that's enough on the transfers. It's been I'd give it a 9 out of 10 window. What about you?
Yeah, I'd say so. 9 out of 10 is pretty good. Obviously, 10 means like everything's perfect, so you can't fucking say that. Say
Yeah,
eight
I
or
mean,
nine.
for 10, I think it would be another striker back because at the moment the backup is Ings, I guess, or Antonio.
Yeah, I mean, I'm
Um,
happy with Antonio as a backup, to be fair. But
yeah,
uh, yeah, we'll just have to see. I mean, the window's not over, and
is it
X on
is
Twitter
it
said that
over next
he
week?
expects 2 more.
Does the transfer end next week? Does the transfer end next week?
Hello. Wait, what,
Yo,
sorry?
can you hear me? Does the transfer
Yeah,
end
wait.
next week or is it this week?
It's the end of the month, so like 2 weeks.
Oh, okay, cool. So two more signings. Sweet. What are your hopes? What are your hopes slash predictions for West Ham? I think we need to. This is gonna be crazy, yeah, because everyone who's not a West Ham fan is probably gonna think this is such bias and all that. But I think we need to get top, get at least European football next season. We need to, but also I think we need to win a trophy. Either that's a FA Cup or
Next season, we
Carabao.
need to either get Europe or win something. Well, which would get us Europe.
Yeah.
So we just
In the
need
next
Europe.
2 seasons, we need to win at least something.
Yeah. I'd like
If we
to
don't get
win
any
FA Cup.
European football, if we don't win anything this season or get European football, then I think um we're gonna see people like Kudus leave,
Yeah.
maybe like or Alvarez. I don't know. We're gonna see quite a few, and I think Lopetegui's job is gonna be. He might get sacked. I don't know. I know his contract's 2 years, but say like we end like a 12th, and the amount we've
Yeah.
spent. But I do. I think my prediction is. I think we're gonna get sixth, and we're gonna win a cup. That's my
Yeah.
prediction.
The main thing we need to see is a steady progression. So we need to have seen from when Moyes dropped off that we've gone up a step and then up another step. That's
Yeah,
what
yeah,
at least that's what. So if that means finishing top half this season and then top six the next season, I mean we'd take that. I mean I'd prefer us to do better, but I think that is like the stepping stones. Because I don't think Sullivan will drop Lopetegui easily. So
yeah.
I mean,
The thing is, I think obviously we're all wanting the best, considering how many people we've signed in that. But I think if you look at everyone's teams, I think we could actually go for easily fight for top six because they really the only two teams that are up there who are like confirmed top six, Man City, Arsenal, because of their play. Like you know what I mean. They've not really lost any particular reason for them to do worse. But if you look at like Man United, they've 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 always like they're always a bit weird. Chelsea, yeah, they've lost their manager. Their team's all over the place. Liverpool, they've
yeah,
not. It's after Klopp now, so who knows
yeah,
what's going to happen with them? Aston Villa, Newcastle, them two, they're just like they could be 10th or 6th. We don't know about them. Like the last few seasons, they've just kind of they've done well. We'll have to see. I think we could
yeah,
go for that. If you know what I mean, like everyone around us, it's not guaranteed, is it? And if you look at our team compared to everyone else's, I do think it is at least the sixth best team in the
okay.
Prem.
Right.
So
Someone
good.
at the door. Guess what? Alright,
We'll wrap it. We'll
back at
wrap
the
it
door.
up. We'll wrap it up with your predictions and then a few other things.
Alright, for the season.
Yeah.
Alright, so I predict. I think top six is my prediction. I think we
Yes.
could push the top four, but top six is what I'd say.
Yeah. Same.
Uh, uh,
I feel
and I'd
like
like to see at least two of our signings do very well. Hopefully more, but at least two to properly catch on from the get go.
yeah. Do you think we're gonna win anything at all? I feel like it's a reach. Maybe next season, definitely. But this season, it's a bit. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I mean, I think
The hope is top six and we win something. But even if we just get top six this season, I'm happy with that.
uh, yeah, I'd be happy with top six to be honest. I mean, I'd like I said, we could for more, but top six would be like a good season and push for a domestic cup, maybe like the FA or the Carabao Cup. But if we don't, I wouldn't be pissed. I'd just be like, oh, all right. I'd just like to
Yeah,
have a good cup run, something to like show us that we can move forwards towards another cup because we haven't done anything like that under any other manager but Moyes. So that would be something
yeah.
that Lopetegui show that he can also do that. If you know what I mean.
Say at January, yeah. Say at January we are in the top three. Would your hopes change? Would you be wanting to
I
get
think
that? Would you wanting to be get the Prem?
if we're in top three in I don't think I'd. No, I think City's pretty untouchable. But top four, if we were in top three, I'd hope to stay there rather than to progress to first. I mean, obviously, I'd love us to fucking win the league, but I think we've got a bit of a way to go before then. But you never
By the
know.
way, yeah. After this season, when Pep leaves, De Bruyne probably leaves. We have say this season is our like first like chance at showing everybody that
Yeah,
we can be in the top six. Next season, I feel like it's. We'll talk about it when it comes to it, but I feel like I'm
yeah,
excited. Okay, who's your top
very
West Ham?
excited.
Who's your top West Ham goal scorer and assists? Like who you predicting is the top goal scorer, assists, and hammer of the year?
Uh, Assists, I'll say first. I think Paqueta. That's
Okay,
who I hope for. I think
yeah,
that's pretty expected to be honest. I mean, it's Paqueta for fuck's sake. Uh, Goals. I mean, I would expect it to be Fulkrug. I mean, it's pretty. I mean, that's what we bought him for. But if not him, probably Kudus. I think them two are likely to get a lot of goals if they start. Same with Bowen, but I think Kudus will really take off this season. I think this will be a season where he
yeah,
really
I
starts getting
agree.
the goals. And Hammer of the Year, it'll probably end up being Bowen, I'd say, or Tadibo. I think it'll be one of them
That's a
two.
shout. I think I think we've got pretty similar opinions. I'd say my ham of the year I think is Kudus. I think you're right. I think this season he's gonna shine. He'll be like
Yeah,
up there with the Bellinghams and the Musialas. You know what I
yeah,
mean? I think top goal scorer. It's got to be Fulkrug. I think or
but
Kudus.
yeah,
Yeah, and then top assists. I think you're right, Piquet. But I do think Wan-Bissaka might get that. Might get quite a few.
you never know. Yeah,
I never know. Anyway,
but the player like Fulkrug, good for
yeah.
fullbacks.
Um,
So yeah,
I'll put here both of our dream lineups, like who we think is our best team. Um, do you want to quickly do a preview for Villa, or should we do that another day?
I think I'll need to look into it a bit more because I know they've done a lot of signings and sold a lot of players, and I haven't like really looked into it yet.
We could do
But
that. We could do that
I
next time.
will.
Yeah,
Yeah,
cool.
we'll get it
Thanks
done.
for
Sorry,
sorry.
I can't fucking hear.
I'll end it. Thanks for watching,
Okay.
guys. Hopefully we'll have a new channel soon, so I'll put a link to that. I'll promote it all and that when we have a new channel for West Ham. But yeah, thanks for watching. Thanks, Ewan. Peace out. Come on, you
Come
irons.
on, we did it at the same fucking time. That was sick.